I believe there's always been a natural sense of jealousy and dislike directed toward Robyn. Hey friends, I'm Emma. Welcome back to the show, TLC Next Chapter. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Sister Wives and cast member Kody Brown paid a poignant tribute to her deceased son, Garrison Brown, on a day that was very significant. Kody had a difficult time emotionally following the death of Garrison in March 2024, and she recently came up with a lovely way to memorialize him. It was so moving. So what did Kody Brown, Kody Brown's ex-wife, do to celebrate Garrison? Keep on reading for everything. Kody Brown honors. Garrison on special day. Garrison Brown tragically passed away in March of 2024. Although Sister Wives didn't officially address his death until May of 2025, the show finally released a profoundly moving tribute that spanned from the day he died to his burial, revealing how much he was actually loved. Although Garrison was the biological child of Kody and Janelle Brown, Kody Brown Woolley raised him largely, particularly when Janelle was working. Kody was the homemaker within their polygamous household, and all the children grew up together very closely. She never said anything negative about Garrison, and now she has honored him in a most gracious manner. Monday, May 26th, was Memorial Day, and Garrison, who had been a staff sergeant in the Nevada Army National Guard, was commemorated by Kody. She published 2 pictures, one of Garrison wearing his uniform, and another photo of the two of them being silly with each other. Kody also commemorated her late husband, David Woolley's father, posting this in her caption: "Today we honored at David's dad's grave and Garrison's tree. It is difficult to put into words how important Memorial Day is to me. Thank you to all those who have served for freedom." So far, Kody is the sole Sister Wives mother to publicly remember Garrison on Memorial Day. His mom, Janelle Brown, did post a story from TA Farms celebrating MDW, but Mary Brown was quiet. Kody and Robyn Brown do not post on social media much, so no surprise that there was not a comment from them. Kody's gesture, however, stood out, and it meant everything. Fans still mourn. Garrison. The public first got to meet Garrison Brown in 2010, and many grew up watching Sister Wives with him. That he is no longer with us has been such a painful experience, and TLC's tribute only made it more so. After Kody posted those photos, fans were greatly affected. When Brown Woolley posted the update, fans simply couldn't help but share how much they missed Garrison. Luckily, Kody keeps lovely memories with him and is happy to share them with the world. Garrison's death actually hit me. I loved watching him on television. Kody, hug Janelle for me. Brazil. Such a shining smile, Garrison. Sending love to you and the whole Brown family today. Aw, these moments are so sweet. OMG, Garrison was really such an incredible soul. I feel blessed to have gotten to see his wonderful heart on the show. Even though it's been said that Garrison didn't enjoy being in photos, Kody did a great job catching his spirit in the most sincere manner. As Sister Wives, why fans are begging TLC to end paying Robyn and Kody. Sister Wives' Robyn and Kody Brown are in hot water after the first half of the season 19 Tell-All was broadcast. The heart-wrenching finale has reignited even more outrage, as Kody, Mary, and Janelle Brown have finally broken their silence regarding the blatant favoritism and abuse they suffered at the hands of Kody throughout the years. Tell-All host Sukanya Suki Krishnan took it up a notch by playing some throwback clips of Kody that went directly against some of what he said on the show. Now, social media is abuzz with demands for TLC to hold payment from both Kody and Robyn based on their attitudes on the show. Kody and Robyn's tell-all confrontation is going down with mixed feelings. Season 19's tell-all begins with a shot of Kody and Robyn getting ready for their one-on-ones. Robyn looked visibly hesitant about going to Sedona for the filming, and Kody laughed at her unenthusiasm. As per Kody, these one-on-one interviews get really intense. He said that initially, in the early seasons, everybody used to come together and even attempt to shield each other while on camera. Now, though, they're all against each other. Robyn joked that she'd sooner have a root canal than host another tell-all. She admitted she's not the kind of person who can just go on from this. Probably evidence that she's still very hurt by the demise of the family. Why viewers want TLC to put an end to Kody and Robyn's paychecks. Increasing numbers of Sister Wives viewers are expressing the sentiment that TLC needs to suspend paying Kody and Robyn altogether. Social media fans were fast to respond to the moment Garrison Brown had described why she doesn't watch reruns of Sister Wives. As per Robyn, they're just too painful to her. She told them they're painful and difficult for her to revisit. She also went on to state that listening to loved ones speak ill of one another did exactly what it had and felt incredibly hurtful. Robyn finished by stating that the environment had grown extremely toxic for her to continue to navigate, but few fans online were sympathetic. They criticized TLC, hoping that Robyn would be held accountable or lose her paycheck for dodging tell-all duty. Kody got the same criticism for repeatedly interrupting Suki when she was asking her toughest questions. Of course, the truth hurts. Nevertheless, Robyn beamed with delight when Janelle sarcastically referred to her as the sacred cow. She smiled broadly and as if she had won a prize. One viewer summed it up bluntly. She's the queen of denial. I feel sorry for her kids because they're the ones who'll get hurt in the end. Another viewer had this to say, here's how I look at it. If you won't answer, you won't get paid. Period. I'm sick of both of them avoiding the work. The other wives come in and respond to the hard questions, uncomfortable or not. But Robyn and Kody? They've got a $2.1 million home and a Mercedes-Benz, yet can't be bothered to sit for a few straight questions? No thanks. Pay your bills or take your medicine. More criticism ensued. She won't even watch the clips because she'd have to confess that she's lying and that, deep down, she's just not a good person. Sister Wives, what's coming in Tell-All Part 2? The second installment of the Sister Wives. Tell-All premieres June 1st, 2025. Based on the official episode description, audiences can look for Janelle to discuss her real feelings towards Robyn and Kody. Christine will also be talking about being dubbed Kody's favorite ex-wife, something that has set a lot of fans buzzing. And of course, the episode will at last reveal what actually transpired with Kody's enigmatic scheme to take a guy's trip with Christine's husband, David Woolley. In quiet moments, a mother's grief speaks volumes. In those quiet, introspective moments, the heart of a mother rings out the loudest. There is this one woman familiar to many for her life in the public eye, one with a convoluted and dramatic family history. She's seen both victory and adversity within that polygamous marriage. And now, after having had to survive the unimaginable tragedy of the loss of her precious son this year, she's discovered a sweet and precious way to honor his memory. Garrison's passing created a gap that resonated within the hearts of all who adored him. All who knew him still miss him. But his legacy, one of tenderness, strength, and quiet strength, lives as vividly in her heart. Garrison, the young man who was a steady presence to those around him, passed away at the beginning of the last year. His absence threw a silent shadow of sorrow upon the lives of those who loved him so dearly. Over time, the tale of his life, its ugliness and its glory, unfolded slowly before an audience that had seen him become a man from a boy. The tribute of the family, crafted with poignant reminiscence and true feeling, sketched the portrait of one who was loved deeply. Despite being born into a big, varied family, this mother's unlimited love assisted in shaping much of his childhood. While his birth mother contributed to his early life, this woman consistently filled the role of a steady caretaker and emotional support system, particularly in times when his birth mother was busy with work and other responsibilities. The children in this mixed-up family bonded together, creating endless highs and lows, memories and bonds that will never be forgotten. During the somber days after the anniversary of a holiday dedicated to commemorate those who served and sacrificed, this mother decided to remember her son in a very moving manner. Memorial Day, so important to those who recognize the price of freedom, was commemorated in a solemn visit. She took a quiet trip to a place that was special. a place where a small tree now grows, a living monument to the memory of her son. In addition to this symbolic act, she also remembered her husband's deceased father, a man known for love, courage, and unbreakable spirit. She also shared the moment with the world, posting 2 strong photographs. One had her son in uniform, his dedication and pride of service reflected. The other provided a lighthearted perspective, a candid picture of laughter and joy between mother and son. These pictures spoke of depth, camaraderie, and the mute love they shared, a love that endured even his physical absence. In the caption, her statements were laced with appreciation and awe. Nevertheless, she acknowledged that conveying the actual meaning of the day and the gravity that it possessed was a task that went beyond what could be said with words. She spoke in her most sincere appreciation of all who have served, recognizing the sacrifices so vast as to enable the freedom and peace that everyone enjoys. Her tribute was the first such public acknowledgement from within the family on this special day, acknowledging her unique role in upholding and ensuring her son's legacy. In contrast, fans and loyal audience members, those who had been following the history of this family for years, felt their sadness and empathy. Many could remember seeing Garrison become a man on television, learning to appreciate him as a gentle, soft-spoken man with a smile that lit up rooms. His loss is deeply felt, but his mother's reflections brought solace, a reminder of the way he had made her laugh and the brightness he had left behind. While Garrison did not enjoy having his picture taken, Christine possessed a special talent, the talent to capture his spirit in genuine, sincere photographs. Through her camera, the world was given a glimpse of the true Garrison, a young man whose humor, toughness, and generosity of spirit left a lasting impression on his family and all who observed his experience. This public display of sorrow and affection wasn't all about grieving the loss. It was as much about paying tribute to a life that was not without its struggles, but full of purpose nonetheless. Her eulogy was an appeal to hold close the small things, to cling to the ties that truly matter, and to have faith in the power of healing love, even amid unfathomable grief. For this woman, deciding to celebrate her son on this particular day was a healing release, a solemn promise, a promise to keep his memory alive and never let it die. The continuing quest. Through grief and memory. The death of a child is an agony that cannot be described, an ache no words can possibly communicate. For this woman, the journey through sorrow has been one of indescribable suffering, sincere reflection, and silent perseverance. Her relationship with Garrison was one of profound depth, crafted through years of experience and shared love. From the moment he was born, she assumed the caregiver role with absolute dedication. In the interdependent dynamic of their blended family, her presence and influence tended to bridge gaps, but particularly when his birth mother was busy at work or with other activities. She became the stand-in mother who filled in the gaps to offer stability, compassion, and a loving home life. She was there for years, her constant presence forming his identity, providing him with guidance, love, and a source of emotional security. For all his troubles, he provided her with a reason to continue, something to dream of, to struggle through the tough days. For all the burdens that he bore, many of which were only known to those who were closest to him, he showed quiet strength and magnificent courage. His decision to join the military was an eloquent expression of his ideals, a strong dedication to something bigger than himself. His wish to serve and defend his community and country gained him respect and became an important aspect of his legacy left behind. The loss pained him so deeply, not only for her, but for everyone in the family. They united to celebrate the life he lived, memories they recalled that brought smiles and tears. His funeral, which took place in a serene environment, was a place of reflection and emotional healing. His loved ones remembered him not only in words, but in symbolic gestures, precious things buried with him as symbols of enduring love and relationship. Over the subsequent months, this mother has had moments of solace in little rituals, going to the memorial tree that is planted in his honor and remembering the time they spent together. Her social media updates, though sparse, are filled with tremendous emotional significance. From them, she provides a window into her solitary process of mourning, talking candidly about struggling to find words that can fully articulate the complexity of her emotions. Certain emotions, she confesses, are too expansive to put into words. The wider community and fan impact Garrison's life reached far beyond the confines of his house. Viewers who watched him become a man on national television grew close to his life. His victories, his setbacks, and his secluded, happy moments were shared by many, leaving a collective feeling of loss upon his death. Audiences responded with a flood of empathy, telling them how much they were sad and how his presence had made a significant mark on their lives. Through numerous messages, they paid tribute to his memory, recalling his warmth, his genuineness, and the true affection he gave in every encounter. Most wrote about their most poignant memories, his beaming smile, his infectious laughter, or a tender moment shared on screen. For the family, these common memories became shared testimonials, means through which the audience could become a part of celebrating his life. Along with the public grieving, groups that were connected to the young man also found ways to show homage. One such institution, an animal sanctuary that was close to his heart, named a portion of their property in his honor. This touching act displayed yet one more facet of his empathy, his love of animals, and his steadfast desire to assist those who are less fortunate than himself. A mother's enduring devotion. Throughout this profoundly emotional odyssey, the love of the mother has remained unwavering. Her memorials are not merely gestures of remembrance, but also acts of inspiration, reminding all to hold their loved ones close and treasured, and cherish the time they have with them. In laying out her own pain so openly, she has been a comfort to others who are living through it, demonstrating that this grief, while intensely individual, is something that many share. The pictures she posts, the words she writes, and the silent pilgrimages to places of reverence and remembrance are all powerful affirmations of love. Each action is a strand that binds her still to the lost son, a connection that, although no longer corporeal, is still unbroken in spirit. Her tale is one of loss having been transmuted into strength, grief transformed into lasting love, and the indestructible tie between parent and child that even death cannot break. In closing, a love that lives on. At its core, this is a tale of loss, but it is more life-giving testament to the enduring power of love, memory, and family. It is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, to the resilience of love, and the ability of families to heal and to celebrate those who've touched our hearts. The mother's silent tribute on that somber day, a day designed to honor sacrifice and service, was a poignant reminder that remembrance is not a moment, but a living act. Through her, the essence of the young man lives on, a beacon of love and strength that continues to inspire all those who knew him. Her own odyssey, authentic and powerful, compels others to value their own relationships, to remember the loved ones they've lost, and to be strengthened by the legacies that survive goodbye. Traditional family tensions that had dominated this complicated family's trajectory for years once again came to the forefront. Two of its key players, usually in the midst of the show's most controversial times, found themselves under a fresh spotlight after the highly charged and intimate first episode of the reunion. The emotional baggage in the room was palpable, framed by deep-seated wounds, broken bonds, and an overarching feeling of disappointment not only felt by the family themselves, but resonated by the devoted viewers who have witnessed their journey for well over a decade. The reunion episode stripped away guard surfaces, revealing raw, open wounds. Specifically, it underscored the long-standing imbalance and perceived favoritism that have deepened the divide between the family patriarch and some of his past partners. Some of these women, who once maintained an image of public cohesion, finally gave unvarnished accounts of being marginalized, belittled, or disrespected by the man who formerly was the family's linchpin. In the background, meanwhile, the host adeptly intercut archival footage, pieces of history that contrasted very deliberately with the present day's narrative, eliciting contradictions and compelling some unpalatable truths into the light. A strained beginning to a protracted exchange. From the opening scenes, the reunion set up a strained and emotionally painful confrontation. The two principals, both at the center of much of the tension, were introduced, making their way to the location of the reunion. Their attitude was clearly tense, filled with nervous expectation and fear. The tension was palpable. One of them exhibited clear discomfort and reluctance at the prospect of reliving painful pages and participating in what would undoubtedly be emotionally draining exchanges. The other attempted to cover up the pressure with an artificial laugh, something at levity that soon yielded to an admission of how heavy the discussion to come would be. Together, they thought back to past seasons when interviews had been done together as a group, a time when the family, though riddled with internal conflicts, attempted to meet the public eye as a whole. Those times seemed far away now, reminders of a dynamic long broken. What had once been a sense of support among them, under public eyes, had turned into simple opposition. One of the two even admitted that they would sooner suffer physical pain than undergo the emotional anguish of the reunion. A picture which created a graphic and somber image of the emotional cost this trip has exacted. This acknowledgement highlighted how deep the emotional wounds still cut, displaying an extent of vulnerability that viewers only see so rarely on screen. It provided a window into the profound psychological pressure induced by the failure of the erstwhile interconnected family structure. Viewer backlash. Why fans are demanding accountability following. Part of. Reunion. A flood of frustration was unleashed on the social media sites. Longtime fans of show expressed their outrage at the actions and attitude of two of the most controversial family members. One of the most inflammatory exchanges came when one of them brazenly admitted skipping throwback scenes presented at reunion and called them disturbing and destructive. They said that it was too painful to watch individuals they had once loved speak ill of each other and denounced the segments as being emotionally toxic. To many viewers, this was a case of denial, refusal to face the harsh reality of what had transpired all these years. The comment was deemed dismissive and aloof, particularly in relation to the candor expressed by other members of the cast. Fans soon flocked to social media to call for repercussions. From many, it was argued that if these family members were not willing to fully engage and give truthful answers, they did not deserve to get paid for being involved in the tell-all. The difference between their dodging ways and the emotional courage shown by the rest of the cast did not go unnoticed. Others went so far as to recommend money penalties or demanding compensation be withheld completely. Others noted the luxury lifestyle that these two were living, luxury cars and large, expensive houses, and stated that privilege entails the expectation of staying true to their on-screen roles. Many also rallied in support of the other family members who had faced their pain head-on with dignity and courage. The overarching message was clear. If reality TV participants benefit from public attention, they must also be willing to show up when it counts. No exceptions. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay updated with the latest coverage every day.